Ah, Atlantis. Just hearing the name sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? The legendary lost city. A place of advanced technology, extraordinary beauty, and unfathomable power. Or so the stories go. But what if I told you that the truth about Atlantis is even more fascinating than the myth? Buckle up. Because today we're diving deep into the history, the mystery, and the theories surrounding what really happened to Atlantis. Our story begins with one of history's greatest storytellers, Plato. You might know him as a philosopher, but he was also a master of allegories and vivid imagery. Around 360 BCE, Plato penned two works, Timaeus and Critias, which introduced Atlantis to the world. Plato didn't describe Atlantis as just a random city. It was the city, a powerful island civilization located beyond the Pillars of Heracles, which most historians interpret as the Strait of Gibraltar. It was said to be larger than Libya and Asia combined. Though, let's be real, geography back then was a little loose. Atlantis was the stuff of dreams. Imagine glittering palaces, intricate waterways, and temples dedicated to Poseidon, their patron god. But, like any good story, this paradise had a twist. Atlantis fell into moral decay. Greed, corruption, and arrogance consumed its people. The gods, displeased with their hubris, sent earthquakes and floods that swallowed the city in a single day and night of misfortune. So, what was Plato's point? Some historians argue Atlantis was purely a moral fable, a warning about the dangers of arrogance and unchecked ambition. Others believe Plato based his story on real events that were exaggerated over time. What do you think? Was Atlantis a cautionary tale or a real place? Over the centuries, Atlantis has become one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Explorers, scientists, and dreamers have searched the globe for clues, and theories have popped up everywhere. Let's unpack a few of the most compelling ones. First up, Santorini. About 3,600 years ago, a massive volcanic eruption obliterated this Greek island. The Minoan civilization, which thrived on nearby Crete, was heavily impacted by the disaster. This advanced culture, known for its palaces and plumbing systems, could have inspired Plato's Atlantis. The eruption and subsequent tsunami would have been catastrophic, an event worth passing down as legend. Now, let's talk about a wild theory. Atlantis is buried beneath Antarctica's ice sheets. Supporters of this idea point to the Piri Reis map, a 16th century map that allegedly shows Antarctica before it was covered in ice. The idea? Ancient civilizations might have known about an ice-free Antarctica, and Atlantis could be hidden there. It's a stretch, but hey, stranger things have happened. And then there's the Rick Hat structure in Mauritania, also known as the Eye of the Sahara. This massive circular formation matches Plato's description of Atlantis' concentric rings. It's not underwater, but proponents argue that geological activity might have changed its landscape over thousands of years. These theories raise an important question. Is it possible Atlantis wasn't just one place? Could the story of Atlantis be a fusion of multiple ancient disasters? Or is it simply a timeless metaphor for human folly? Let's step back for a moment. How do legends like Atlantis come to life? To answer that, we need to understand how oral traditions and storytelling evolve over time. Think of it like playing the game of telephone. The original message might have been, a great city was flooded. Over centuries of retelling, details get added, golden palaces, advanced technology, divine wrath, and suddenly, we have a story like Atlantis. Plus, history is full of real disasters that mirror Atlantis. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius, the sinking of Doggerland in the North Sea, or even the great flood stories found in so many cultures. Could Atlantis simply be another way ancient people tried to make sense of these events? Now, let's talk about why Atlantis has such a strong hold on our imaginations. It's not just an ancient tale, it's a cultural icon. From Disney's Atlantis, the Lost Empire, to the underwater kingdom in Aquaman, Atlantis has become a symbol of mystery, adventure, and untapped potential. Why do we love it so much? Maybe it's the allure of a utopia lost to time, or the idea that there are still secrets buried beneath the waves. Atlantis represents the ultimate what if. And who doesn't love a good mystery? So, what really happened to Atlantis? After everything we've explored, Plato's writings, scientific theories, and cultural impact, there's no definitive answer. But that's okay. The beauty of Atlantis lies in its mystery. It's not just a question of where Atlantis was or if it existed. It's a reminder to stay curious and to keep exploring. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through time and myth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Atlantis, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. And I want to hear from you. Do you believe Atlantis was real? Or is it just a great story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep dreaming.